Hello, Moxie family. I'm so excited that I get to be the one to introduce you to our new CEO, Scarlett. Today is actually, we're recording this on her very first official day. So we're
Yay!
really doing it. So, Scarlett, give us just a quick intro. Tell us your name, maybe like a quick bit about your background, like what things you've done in the past, and what time zone are you in? People need to know.
Hey, well, my name is Scarlett Ryu. I have been in technology for over 30 years now. Started from QA, grew through to where I am right now. I ended up just jumping to different positions because I just love to learn about all the different pieces of the business. Um, I'm in the East Coast girl, and so Eastern time. And what else do you want to know?
I think that's great. I think QA is such an underrated like
Oh, it's
skill set.
fabulous. To me, every single developer should start at least 6 months just doing QA so they can understand, as well as, some of the things we'll talk about.
Yeah. I think that I feel like that is a little bit of what I did when I started at Moxie was we'd like release features and then they'd be like, "Can you go try this?" And be like, "Oh yeah, I am the everyman here. I don't
Yep,
know what
yep.
not a developer. I am happy to go in and break stuff."
Yes, it's like you know exactly what you want to do and you will do it that way, and the developer has no idea that you would ever think to do a keystroke in that order. And you're like, but that is how everybody does it, so why don't you know?
Yes, I love that. Okay, one more quick question. What is your favorite cereal or breakfast item if you're not a cereal person?
Coffee. I
Just like a
I
black
rarely have
coffee.
breakfast. No, I'm a sweet kind of woman. I love my current favorite is the dulce de leche from Bustelo with and some
Ooh.
heavy cream in there, and that's I just have that for my whole morning. I actually just had an extra cup because we were going to get on, and so I wanted a little boost. So it's like a little dessert. So that one's at the grocery store. When I was down in Atlanta, I was able to get this other one. It's like Santa's White Christmas, and that was just magical. And but Santa has left the building where I am now, so I am back to my roots with my dulce de leche.
That's amazing. Okay, so a lot of folks kind of start down this entrepreneurial path, or freelancing path with a side hustle. Did you ever have a side hustle? And if so, maybe what was it or what was your first one?
um, I didn't actually do side hustles. My side hustles were my kids when they were growing up. And then I was like always obsessed with whatever I was working on. So it's just like in between, like, all right, I'm going to get up extra early so I can dig into code at home while the kids are sleeping. And then they get up, I get them off to school, and then I'm back. And, this is when you didn't have all the remote connection. So then I would take it into work and then plug it in and upload so that it would compile. Um, but I did do contracting work, but it was as kind of full time. So it was a full time freelance contracting. Did a Had a company that we worked in blood banking, created a system so that we could share blood resources because you would donate, it would be in one area and you would have an excess, but other areas were short. So it was a way for them on the internet back in late 90s to exchange like, hey, and like, I'll buy that from you. We got this blood and pop it over. And so that was really interesting to understand how that business worked. That's when
That
I
is so
became
cool.
a
That's such a
gallon
cool
donor. Donate blood, people. It's needed.
That's amazing. Like not
Hmm.
I like that is for sure one of those things that technology solves well, but I would not have thought like, oh, this is a place that, needs,
Hmm.
a developer. That's very cool.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, and I also did some contract for when I had taken time off when we were RVing. And I was the director of RV operations because basically my wife was working remote, so basically she got to be the fun breadwinner, and I was just planning every single route, all the campgrounds, and um, all of that, making sure the Wi-Fi, hotspots were going to be good, and just juggling through all that. And then, and, and then I ended up, I was like, well, I should do something because there was only so long I could not work. And so I had jumped into some communities that they, the side hustles, or they're doing their freelance business. They're trying to start their own businesses, and got connected with somebody had built a campground booking platform. And so I started, freelancing with them, and that just turned into a long time uh, gig where they ended up just bringing me in to help build out the sport and the customer success, and then they got acquired. So that's where I'd been dealing with that. But they were just fabulous. The campground business, those folks they were so nice. Especially, I spent a good portion with call center business type, and just like the difference of um, it's like, oh well, okay, it's not working. If you can get to that, it'd be awesome. Whereas call center, they're ready to burn everything down. So
Yeah.
it's like the world has come to an end, and you must solve it immediately.
Yes.
Yeah.
We always say at our house for my kids, like outside is magic. And I think
Hmm.
that just showcases that the people who are outdoors working
Hmm.
also on campground stuff
Hmm.
have that kind of like magic feel, I think.
Yes. Yes.
That's amazing. So, as you get started here with Moxie, what is the first thing that you hope Moxie users hear from you about either leadership or vision
Hmm.
or both as you get started?
Um, well, the first thing is going to be that you need to understand is I'm listening. I've actually been lurking for a couple of weeks in different places because trying to get a feel for what's been happening, where Moxie's falling short, where it's being successful. I'm looking to see those pain points. I don't want to come in and just like, oh, we need to do all this, and then I break a bunch of stuff that actually is working. I'd rather focus on understand what's not working, what is working, and get ready to um, fix what's not working. Basically, I just want to make sure that we're building something that is going to be used, and kind of return to that um, the core of building for the community and understanding what the community needs, and putting that into place. So there's some things that I will need to be catching up with to understand what those are. I'm going to be doing lots of reaching out to talk directly to the community and kind of move forward with that.
That's amazing. I think
Mhm.
it's such an important thing to come in and listen.
Mhm.
I've been at several companies and lots of different styles of leadership and lots of different contexts, but the folks that have come in the best kind of do a bit of a listening tour,
Mhm.
like let's hear from all of these different areas and
Yeah.
see like what's the real need. Like I think I know, but there's no way to know from the outside, and so I really appreciate that
Mhm.
you've been doing that like intentional lurking.
Yes. Yes. And that's like I've heard from you. I've heard from Jeff. Although Jeff is like just ask them, which is great. Because he's like it, coming in from the outside, I might see some things that are um, different from what he's thinking. So um, that's just kind of where it needs to be, and we'll see if everything kind of lines up with what we're doing.
That's excellent. Okay, let's talk about, if you have the chance, well, you do have the chance to
Mhm.
address Moxie users as a whole kind of directly. What's something that you want to say to them in kind of this exact moment of transition?
Um, so basically, coming in, understanding that the company exists because of them, because of the community that was built. It's been able to grow to the point where it's at. Um, I just want to continue with that as kind of the through line of what we're doing is we're building for that community. We're building for the freelancers, the solopreneurs, the people that want that independence. Um, things are changing. Things are getting upset with how we would normally do things, and we just all want a little bit of independence. We want to know where our meals are coming from. We want to have control over what we do. And this, the option of freelancing is now a lot easier as far as tools and the ability to do it, but it's also getting a lot harder to put into place to find the clients to do what you need to do. So it's like if we have this to remove the complexity of how do I bill and manage a project, then you can keep focus on what you do best and work with your own clients, customers, with whatever you do, and not have to worry as much about admin stuff.
Yeah, we talk a lot about how many of our users are unemployable, not
Hmm.
in the sense that, we could not be employed, but we don't want to be.
Yes.
More in the like, so many people have spent time building someone else's dream,
Hmm.
and they're ready to, have what you're talking about, that freedom and building your own dream and, getting your work to kind of come around your life, and not the
Hmm.
other way around. So I love that.
Yep.
So as we wrap up here, let's talk about that life side. Tell us about
Hmm.
something that you have going on that is not work, or multiple things, however many things you want to talk about.
um. So I family. I love spending time with family. And hiking. I love to go hiking. I have to find the right spots around here because I just keep going back to the state park that's right there. But explore some more of that. When I was out in Colorado living, that was, would go first thing in the morning and 5 o'clock hit the trail as soon as the sun is coming up. Me and my dog. I think that's part of why I kind of he's old now. He's over 13 and he can't do that. I can't take him more than a mile. And even that's probably pushing it for him. So I only do that a couple of times a week. So I think I feel guilty if I go for those big hikes with him.
He knows. He
But
knows.
he
He's
knows he
like,
smells it when I come home. He's
yes.
like, "Where were you?" And and I'm like, "Listen, buddy, you are no longer the little puppy, so
No.
I cannot carry you when you can't make the trail. So gotta stay home."
Yes.
But yeah,
He's like, I know where
that's
you've been.
he does. He knows. Yeah, but those are the biggest things. I just enjoy being around the family.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
I feel so excited about this season. Like Moxie has been so much fun to be a part of, and I do feel like so privileged to have gotten to be a part of it for, the kind of initial build years. Now I feel really excited to get to be part of this transition into the grow years.
Yes.
As we keep iterating and innovating. And I could not be more excited to have you at the
Yes.
helm